He's my second favorite Barr after Open. Bill Barr is out with a brand new book, One Damn Thing After Another, Memoirs of an Attorney General. So let's ask him about it. Okay, first of all, a lot of people don't know this. Okay, you were Attorney General twice, under George H.W. Bush and Donald Trump. And obviously one was very loud, obnoxious, and crass, and the other, was Donald Trump. What was it? How would you compare the working for both of them?
They were both very different kinds of people.
Yes.
Trump was very interesting and a bit more of a challenge.
Right. Yes.
So.
Did I put you on the spot? Wow. No, I think people he's such an outsized character. Mm-hmm. And you have to, in a way, you have to manage. It's a case of where you have to manage your boss. At least that's how I look at myself.
Kat and I look at it the same way.
Yes, yes. Tell me the story about the fight. And it was a story that you told Donald Trump as a kind of a piece of advice.
Right. So he had already offered me the job one day, and then a few days later, he asked me to stop by again to visit him. Mm-hmm. And I realized this was reopening of the thing, which was fine with me. Mm-hmm. And I said to him toward the end, I said, Mr. President, you and I are going to have a problem. We're going to be disagreeing. Mm-hmm. And he said, oh, really? On what? And I said, because you believe in, he kept on talking the importance of punching back. I said, you punch back right away, mm-hmm. which lets the other guy pick the time and place of the fight. Right. I said, let me tell you this story. I said, I was playing football at Columbia, with my fraternity against another fraternity. This guy threw sand in my eyes, and I acted like no big deal. And the game went on for two hours. Mm-hmm. And afterward, as we were walking back up to the campus, I meted out justice. I decked the guy, and the president was happy that the story had a happy ending. Yes. But he didn't get the point. Mm-hmm. And I said, you see, your way, Mr. President, you would have fought right away. Mm-hmm. You would have attacked them. Everyone would have held you back. The game would have never been played, and you never would have gotten justice at the end.
Mm-hmm. Did he appreciate the moral to that story?
Obviously not.
Yeah, he's going to punch.
Did your team cover the spread, more importantly? I don't really care about the fight. I mean, look at the outfit. I'm trying to make some money here. Right. Could I add one thing to that? Because you talked about the clash in styles. How many days into the job before you asked yourself why the hell you took the job?
0.
Really? Okay.
I said it before.
Well, you were close to retiring.
I was essentially quasi-retired. I was on boards and doing things like that, and I didn't want to go back in. But I did eventually.
Well, I think you were presented with that conflict of words versus deeds, which is that you might not like Trump's personality, but you really liked his policies. Mm-hmm. And it is like, I hate his tweets, but now you don't have his tweets anymore. But now you've got inflation,
right?
And you have crime, and it's like I'll take his kind of combative behavior.
I was happy with his administration up until the point of the election. It took some wrestling to sometimes keep him on track. But what people think of as obnoxious traits sometimes had a good side to him.
Right.
His impulsiveness.
Yes.
Right? It could get you in trouble. You had to sometimes fight him to keep things on track. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, it lent dynamism to the administration. He could roll over the bureaucratic inertia.
This is what's so important, I thought, right? And we have the opposite now. Like we have actual kind of like helpless inertia.
Yeah, they don't make decisions.
Yeah, they don't make decisions, and you kind of wish they wouldn't make any because they make wrong ones. If Trump decides to run first, do you think he's going to run in 2024?
I think he right now thinks he's going to run.
Yeah. And would you support him if he became the nominee?
Well, if he became the nominee, I would support the Republican candidate because I think the greatest threat to the country is the progressive agenda, and I'm not going to vote for the Democrats.
Yeah.
So I would support him, but I think that would be a mistake for the Republican Party.
Mm-hmm. Who do you like?
Clearly Kanye. Listen.
Yeah.
Kanye.
Yay. Can I ask Mr. Barr a question?
Sure. Yeah.
So, this is your first book that you wrote?
Yes.
What was the most difficult part when you're writing your life story? What was the toughest part when you put it on paper? Was there anything in particular?
The fun part was the early years and the Bush years. The hard part was the Trump years. And it was hard because it's hard to catch nuance in today's age.
Yeah.
You know? Everyone is going to want to pigeonhole what you say and take this sentence out of context and this. And I tried to be fair and balanced with Trump.
Yeah.
And I think Trump deserves a lot of credit for coming at a time where the country, I thought, was being pushed over the abyss by the progressive agenda, and he put a stop to it.
It has to be all or nothing. The
Right.
greatest president that ever was, or the devil.
Yep.
And you can't be anywhere in the middle. But the words versus deeds philosophy always addresses that. That if you just look at the deeds, what he's done, it's important, and then you can look at the words and go, okay, maybe.
Listen, nobody overdosed on fentanyl because Trump called Rosie O'Donnell a hog. You know what
that's
I mean?
true.
It's like, yes, it sucks and it's unfortunate
I actually
to sit
do know
through.
one person.
I'm a Rosie supporter.
Yep, he's not getting nothing tonight. How many snow leopards had to die for your little tight jacket?
The book is called One Damn Thing After Another. Buy it, or I'll never talk to you again. Up next, can Bass pass math class?
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.